lightning in the area, so they evacuated, honestly, the entire stadium.
Yeah, I actually have a great relationship with all 4 riders. Like you're saying, it is difficult. They all have their own personality and their own ways. So it's yeah, for instance, Cullen, he and I get along. We cut up about whether it's about girls or whatever. Just keep him loose on race day, not thinking so much about the race and what's going on that day, to try to keep his mind focused and not so much worrying about the stress and pressure. And like with Caden, it's been a bit different. I just getting to know him this year, so it's been fun. He's a little more quiet, I guess, on race day, so it's a bit hard to get the info out of him. So that's been tough. And then Jace and I we go way back. We were teammates in 2017, 2018 in Arena Cross. So he and I have a great relationship. They respect me with me coming from a racing background, so it's makes it a little bit easier for me to communicate with them. And with Cody, I'm just getting to know him as well this year. So we obviously raced each other in outdoor nationals when he was doing the 450 stuff, and we were both privateers. So yeah, it's cool. There's a mutual respect between all 5 of us, and I enjoy it.
Transition to Supercross was good. Coming out of amateurs, I got picked up by Phoenix Honda, and they've been nothing but good to me. It was a rocky start, I'm not even gonna lie. The whole learning curve, it almost felt backwards as far as, you know, outdoors is concerned. You sit earlier, you always want a downside front end first. So there was a big learning curve there, and as the races have clicked off, I feel like I've continued to steadily improve, and my goal is consistently changing, so that's always a good thing.
What's the lap time today, man?
I was running 7s, now I'm running 8s.
2 days ago, we were running 6s. Crap must have went away a little.
It's definitely been a struggle. To be honest, I think the biggest part is just not spiraling. Coming into the season, obviously you come in with a plan and you try to stick to it. And then as you start gaining momentum throughout the season, I feel like it's kind of easy to forget like the basics, or like your base. So after having such a rough weekend last weekend, I feel like I had to honestly just go back to where I tried to start the season and just focus on myself and just be the best version of me.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
Out of Stamford, Connecticut on the Krispy Kreme ride, the 410 of Dalen for Nashville.
You can't expect like some massive improvement with anything overnight, right? It just takes a lot of time, and this is my 3rd year with the team, and man, they've been so open for me and just willing to try new things. And even from the time I started, I've just learned so much, especially with Heath. He used to race, he's done it before, so that obviously helps with just asking questions each weekend. And yeah, I mean, we're always looking to improve, we're always looking to get better results. So I think we all have the same goal in the end. And yeah, but to answer your question, the team, like you're saying, like, I mean, dude, every weekend I feel like we're making like small little improvements, even if you can't see them. And I mean, yeah, it doesn't happen overnight, so it's been a good process.
You're welcome. You guys ride?
Oh, yeah, I know.
What do you ride?
50s.
50s? They fast? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think just having more years under their belt, you know, like the development of it, and Heath Harrison being involved a lot, and now he's my mechanic as well, and we have a really good relationship, so I can kind of communicate with him and tell him what I want, or, you know, what I think we can do better, and he's been a big part of that. And then as far as like the teammates and stuff, you know, like I when we first started, there was like I had one teammate, maybe 2, and now there's 4 of us, so it's a pretty big team for just East Coast. But it's good. We all get along well, and it's been fun. It's been good.
Get fired up.
It's for the love of the sport. You know, we don't do it, or we don't think of it as a job, even though it is, and each one of us is very serious about what we do. But there's a lot of help the riders communicate and we all help one another because we all want to succeed. We're not pushing each other down to try and climb the ladder. Everybody wants to help us succeed because if one person does good, the whole team looks good. So as a team aspect in this sport right now, this is it's a one person deal. Everybody to get one guy to do good, but with it being a team, everybody helping each other, I feel like we're all continuing to grow. They say iron sharpens iron. We got a lot of iron on this team.
From the 7 to 10 to get to the top 5 is quite a big step. So it's a big step, but it's all the little pieces that you got to put together, whether it's the bike or the riders or the mental side for the riders. So putting all those pieces of the puzzle together has been the toughest part, I think. But once we're able to do that and everything connects, then it'll be good and everybody will be where they need to be.
I have a lot more to show. Obviously, like throughout the week, everyone at the practice track feels like they're the man until they show up on the race weekend. Everything kind of changes. I'm just trying to get more of that like practice me out and just feel comfortable. Just been struggling with simple little things, honestly, on race day, and I don't know why. But it's just trying to be calm, because honestly, like when I'm really calm, that's when I ride my best. So just trying to come in with a little bit different perspective this weekend. I mean, obviously it's an East-West shootout, so like there's a lot of hype for this race. But at the end of the day, like the only thing that matters is yourself. So just trying to focus on myself and yeah, just make it happen.
So watch this corner, right? I don't hit the rut, like what you're saying, like just rail the berm.
Where are we?
Right here.
Yeah.
Okay, watch me hit it. Terrible, right? Like I was trying to stay tight. Now this next lap, I hit the rut and watch. You put in so much work in the off season and during the week, and you might have a bad, like for example, last weekend I didn't have the weekend I wanted, and that was coming off a break, and I felt like I worked even harder than what I've been working, and I had like a worse weekend. So it's like, man, it's just hard to do, and that's what's like having good people around you. You know, you have to set realistic goals, because I think if you start to like set the bar too high, you're just going to get discouraged and you go down a path you don't want to go down.
I'm looking forward to it. Bike's good, track's good, weather's good, fans are awesome. We'll have a good day.
Yeah, it's actually really good. Like you said, there's a different dynamic with each one of us. We all kind of go about it our own way. But it's good. Like it kind of mellows us out, brings us up, like whatever needs to be done. I'm a pretty chill guy, and then on race day too as well. But it's good. It's good. I really enjoy like all three of my teammates that we have each weekend. We joke around a lot. Like it's a pretty fun environment over here.
4 completely different guys, but no, it's good. I mean, I think we're all good for each other. Some are a little bit more reserved, like Caden. And then you get to a little bit more of the wild side, which could really be any of us. So, no, I think it's good for all of us. We all get along really well. We communicate about the track, and honestly, we all want to do well and put Phoenix on top.
We're ready. I qualified P8, which is my best ever, actually. So, struggled a little bit in the last qualifier, but made a change. Then on the last lap, went for another hot lap. Felt more comfortable, but I got messed up. I wasn't able to finish it, but yeah, we're ready to go. These East-West shootouts are obviously gnarly, so just want to get off to a good start for this heat race and put her in the main and get that extra rest and be ready to dig.
We all have our own personality, but in the end, it makes it a lot of fun. You got Caden, who's pretty serious, pretty shy, and you got me, who's pretty outspoken, and I kind of just say whatever comes to mind, and we're just having a lot of fun. Me, Jason, Cody, Caden, you know, obviously we're a big team for one coast, having 4 guys, but it's busy, but we keep each other on each other's toes, and we're just always it's full of banter each weekend, so that makes it a lot of fun. It's more of a, like you're at the races, we're having fun, it doesn't feel like a job, so that's always nice.
This could be the worst deal ever.
had rookie Caden Braswell. So coming into Supercross, we didn't really know kind of what to expect. We obviously seen him at the test tracks, and he was riding really well there. So obviously you get to the race, things are a bit different. But I believe he's progressed the most out of all the guys. He's riding really well now. He's made the last few mains, got his career best last weekend in Atlanta for a 10th. So that was good. All the guys have been consistently, all 4 of them in the main. That's been awesome. Each guy, I think, has reached their career best this year besides Jace. So with Cullen a 7th, Cody, I believe his career best is 8th this year with us. So yeah, the guys are doing good. We're progressing as a team. Everybody's working great together, and it's been fun.
I feel like I'm on to wanting more and more out of myself because I know the bike's capable, the team's capable. So yeah, just as the season continues to wind down, we got 3 more races. I'm really looking forward to breaking a little bit deeper inside the top 10. That's my goal. The team and I are definitely more than capable. Get some good starts, put my head down, and I think it'll be a whole lot of fun.
You put in so much work in the off season and during the week, and you might have a bad, like for example, last weekend I didn't have the weekend I wanted, and that was coming off a break, and I felt like I worked even harder than what I've been working, and I had like a worse weekend. So it's like, man, it's just hard to do, and that's what's like having good people around you. You know, you have to set realistic goals, because I think if you start to like set the bar too high, you're just going to get discouraged and you go down a path you don't want to go down.
About a never-ender. Say it like you mean it. I will not be defeated.
I've definitely made a good jump this year compared to last year. Been consistently inside the top 10, and then obviously I got that 7th in Detroit, but you always want more, you know, and now I for sure would love to crack a top 5, and I think with a good start and me just riding my race, I think just putting yourself in a good position and good things can happen.
Crappy heat race, LCQ. There's no other option than to get the whole shot and win. So that's what we did. We rode better too. So extra laps aren't always bad, but now it's time to do what we did in that race and just bring it to the main and just ride our butt off. That's all I can say. Just trying to get the confidence back to just know where I belong, and just try to be consistent with it. Obviously I've had some pretty good results this season for myself, but it's just trying to be consistent with it. So yeah, just trying to bring it all back to the basics and just be more in the moment instead of stressing so much about what could happen. So we lined up for the main. We were about to get ready to go out for a slight lap, and it's never happened to me, and I asked everybody around me, they said this never happened either. There's lightning in the area, so they evacuated honestly the entire stadium. They're going to close quarters, and all the riders and mechanics and staff, we're all in the tunnel right now, just kind of at a standstill to see what happens. There is a gnarly storm coming. Obviously the goal is to beat the storm. So we'll see. It's still not raining yet, but apparently it's lightning. So I don't know. It's interesting right now for sure.
Whisper comes to mind. A wreck we could
Yeah, for sure. It feels really good. I know it was a mud race, so obviously there were some guys going down and stuff, but hey, 8th place, I'll take it. And especially after the way my night show was going, this weekend, I had my best qualifying ever with P8. Was happy with that because normally I'm kind of slower in practice. And then heat race came around, and first lap of the heat, I had bent my front brake rotor, so I had no front brake. And I just went backwards and didn't make it. And I'm like, dude, and I'm like kind of stressing because obviously the LCQs in the East-West Shootout are pretty stacked and they're no fun. Put myself in a good position in that. Got the red flag, and then I'm 4th on the staggered start, and I'm crapping my pants. I'm like, I'm about to get murdered right now. And so I hurried up, got a gap, and then passed in a 3rd and just kind of rode it in for the LCQ. And then, yeah, this whole delay thing, that was insane. I don't think I've ever seen that, like, as a fan watching. And then, yeah, I mean, I like the mud, so I was pretty stoked just to see it pour. And, yeah, to come out P8, it's definitely a good night for myself.